Silence. Hold up. Hold up. That's a good one. I'm glad I found it. Just waiting for some freak to show up before I can start talking. Oh, there is a freak. Hello there, Alan. Alleged witch, so the legends say. Somehow, sister to an android. Don't know how that came to be. I have some ideas today and for the next uh 2 weeks, maybe. Trying to come up with something of a practice plan. And today is going to be the first attempt, just to see how it goes. Don't even know through how many of these I'm going to get, but I have some ideas. You have to start by proving that you're the one that manifested it. That's just a logical leap, as they call in the industry. Oh, that's not true. They don't call it a logical leap. They call it a leap of logic. Some of these do not look as interesting up close. But oh well. Here's what I've been thinking. Every time that I go back to drawing, I draw for a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and it's very rare that it will even get to that point. So I'm always at the stage where I'm overcoming being rusty, and because of that, I never truly practice, even though I learn so goddamn fast for someone that practices so little. So I'm going to make an attempt to draw nothing but faces for the next 3 days. And if I can get through those 3 days without wanting to kill myself or someone else, then I'm going to launch into a 15-day long like training arc where I practice a different subject in sets of 3 days. So far, I'm thinking this is going to be basic, but it's going to be 3 days for faces, 3 days for construction, 3 days for basic anatomy, 3 days for clothes, and in clothes I mean more specifically how fabric twists and turns around the body, and then 3 days of just hands and feet, which I'm going to do separately from basic anatomy. I might change some of that. I could do, but I think that something like perspective is it's I'm still not ready for that. Or complex anatomy, where I'm actually trying to learn the muscles. Like it doesn't make sense for me to launch into that. But if I can get through these things in like sets of 3 days, it doesn't even have to be like 15 days in a row. It could be just like practice for 3 days, then spend one day just drawing what I want, then practice for another 3 days. Because I think I'm not missing much to really start to actually learn what I want to do. Because I have only now started like understanding the very superficial fundamentals of construction. But for someone that has been looking at art for so long, I know more than I know how to execute. And I think that if I can get through these first 3 days, then I'll like prove to myself that I can actually be productive in when it comes to drawing, instead of just getting bored out of my mind or get like feel unsatisfied with the fact that I was always treading the same ground, because as I said, I was always overcoming the same rustiness. And now that I'm enjoying drawing to the point where I actually want to keep it doing it for long. And in fact, it's the only thing I'm thinking about every day while I'm at work. I'm going to maybe, possibly, turn this into the first day out of 15 of doing nothing but practice. And we'll see through how many days I can get before I fail, or before I decide I need to change my approach. So today I'm not going to do anything but attempt to learn face construction. I've seen some videos already, like to not be completely at a loss. But it's not a kind of study that I ever try to do either. Well, I know it needs to zoom out. That's a bit too zoomed out. But I think I'm only going to use. Do I want to only use the right side of the fucking paper? Because this pisses me off. You see this? When I put my hand here, this part wants to like fucking jump. This sketchbook pisses me off. And in case, let me just show what I did. Since the last live stream. In the last live stream, we ended here. This was the last thing I did. Then I tried to do this, which ended up very wrong. This eye should not be higher, it should be lower, and it should be much more hidden on the right side of the face. Then I did this, where although I was just like copying Chawman, the YouTube channel Chawman, and it ended up being a very different style than what I imagined, but it felt like a good way of starting to learn it, so that I can stylize things later. So it's just what feels natural with these proportions. Then, probably seen this one, I drew Lumiere again. I was missing the lines on her trousers. I forgot that on the image that I posted. But I've since added them. It's the best Lumiere I drew so far. I have drawn like higher fidelity Lumieres, I guess. But those were all using a lot more reference, just like looking up at something that was already like halfway made for me, basically. This is more made up by myself, so I think that makes it better. This again, well, this I just did like free. I wasn't looking at a reference for this one. I just drew the hand in, and from the hand tried to build everything else, and I do think it worked. It's not great, but again, not something that I would have been able to do before. And I'm not even going to finish this. I just wanted to do something with my hands, so I just did this real fast. So another character, I've drawn him before. There are two things that I need to fix here. I need to make his shoulders broader, and I need to make his arms longer. That will sell the fact that this is meant to be a tall character. He does not look like a tall character. He looks like he's 15 years old. And that's because I wasn't paying attention to how this would make him look younger. It's not the face. I like the face actually. It's just the body, the upper body makes him look like a boy that is like a, I don't know, like Asta from Black Clover, who they call the the beefed up dwarf. Yeah, he's supposed to. He's the same age as Lumiere. He's like 17 at the start of the story, but he's tall. He's when I draw him alongside Lumiere, you can tell that he's taller. I've drawn them together already, but I wanted to be able to tell that he's tall without, like, by himself, without having to have someone there as a reference. So, and I only realized that after I finished drawing that, oh yeah, no, he looks younger. So I guess this is just in younger, and also first time that I, for these like attempts, that I decided to use graphite a little bit. It's very light on the graphite. Like, even the darker part is not that dark. It's all very light, but I do enjoy it. I think to makes it, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it just makes it a little bit easier on the eyes because I don't know how to use blacks yet. And if I try to make something too dark, it runs the risk of not really using the contrast well. So I think that by just making like a very light rendering, it just, when I look at it, I don't feel as if something is missing, basically. Now then I did something very different, where this one I actually filled in the blacks a lot. There are a couple things I don't like in this one as well, but I do think I'm starting to get the hang on just like how to sell that something is dark without making it absolute black, and without really, like, I didn't. There's no part of this that is bright. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that I didn't come up with the values and I decided what was going to be bright. I worked from dark to bright. And there are some things I could have done better. Like this, you can see the lines going across. This does not sell the fabric. I realized that, and then I made the lines going up, which does sell the fabric, but you can still see the lines here. It still helped, made it a bit more interesting than the other ones. I do like the eyes. I'm not pleased with the face. This is not the face I anticipated, but I do like the eyes. So I'm getting like one or two things right in each attempt. And then this I'm going to fully redraw because somewhere like halfway through this, I realized, oh, I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm just going to finish this so I can say that I did another character design. But yeah, this character is not meant to be this young either. I don't know how old she is actually, but she's not meant to be this young. That's what matters here. And I did note down earrings? Question mark. Trousers? Question mark. Because I'm not sure about this outfit. But I am going to keep is the braid, but I'm going to make it a much thicker braid. I'm going to keep the glasses, and I'm going to keep the over shoulders coat. I'm not sure about the suit or the gloves or the eyes, which are basically like nothing eyes, just small ass eyes. I'm not sure about the skirt, so I'll figure this out later at another date. And this is a blank page, an universe of opportunities. Do I want to make one, like each page, a face? Hmm. I think I want to do at least two. Yeah, I'll do it at least four. I'm trying to picture it. I'll try to do four. Let's see if I can do four. Oh yeah, let me put on some Toho music. You wanna listen to some Toho music? You're going to listen to some Toho music. Can you hear it? And is it too loud? Please let me know. Can hear it? Volume's fine. Great. Hold on, do I have my water? Oh. I do have my water. It's just not where I expected it to be. Well, let's see if I learned anything. That's a bit too round, I think. Yeah, that's a bit more curved here and too round on the back actually. Yeah, it does not to be this round. I just try to fix it as I go. I think I skipped this step. Yeah, I did skip a step because in the reference you can see a little bit of the bottom of the chin, and the way that I have it drawn here, you can't. I did skip a step. Oh, well. Yeah, let me try to just shift it. No, something's wrong. Oh, that's why you call it practice. Oh, right, I didn't cut it. I was supposed to cut it here. That's what I fucking skipped. actually not try to figure out the perspective. I just try to do the face. I think it's going to make it a little easier for my PoE brain. I think I need to zoom in for you. Oh, that's better. Yeah, again, perspective's not right. But I'm not going to overthink it. Let's see if it helps me visualize it if I put a bit of the hair in. I wonder if when you're drawing a character that has a hat, if you perhaps begin with the hat, if anyone does that. Definitely don't know the shape of this fucking beginning. You have a character that has a hat, Alan. Do you begin with the hat? How early into the process does the hat come in? Usually do the head shape first to make sure the head doesn't look fucked. Yes. Okay, so head shape, then hat, then the actual face. Like, does the hat come before the face? Depends, but I usually do the hat before the face. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially if it's like we're talking about character design, so you are trying to make it like get what makes the character recognizable in the frame, I guess. His nose needs to be. Oh, I did like shift the perspective a little bit. So if I make the nose where it is in the reference, it's going to be too much to the side. Let me try that. No, it just looks like a really big nose because I have her looking this way instead of a bit higher and with her chin higher. Oh yeah, something that I need to do is not fully connect the jawline. And to make the eyebrows thicker, I guess. Because the way I have it drawn here, the nose is not hiding the eye. There is no NTR happening here. And I'm still pleased with how it's turning out. For something that I'm doing this fast and something that I have this little practice. Oh, let me try. Yeah, her shoulder is here. So if I want to do the shoulders correctly, maybe a line here. I'm trying to understand where the arm is underneath the fabric. Then she has a really long, a very long neck here. This should be here to hide the neck a bit. But not the hand, yeah. Definitely on the scuffed side. I can just add this here, because why not? I'm not going to try to understand the shape. This is for the head. Remember, this is for the head and the face, not for talking. I do struggle with a long neck sometimes. Yeah. I think it's that, like, as soon as I do the neck, I think I need to do the shoulders, and then I'll be able to tell whether it's too long or not. But because I tried to do it too late, while also keeping up with the reference, even though I had already changed the perspective, it ended up being like somewhere along the way I could have figured out that this should be way up here or something. Now it's pretty fast. Just going to make it less boring visually. Actually, where's my other pencil? Yeah, this one. The light makes it a bit harder for you to see what's right at this side, doesn't it? Yeah, because the light's right fucking there. Yeah, see? Now you can see the mistakes better. Let me try to move the light. Don't know if that made any difference. Try to get a bit closer to this one. Wait, this is not the correct angle. The angle is here. Yeah. And I should be trying to get the middle right here as well. Let me see something. If I cut it while ignoring the perspective, does it help at all? I don't think it does. No, it does not. Yeah, this is the part that I fucking forgot how I was doing in the other practice. It proves I'm not doing it enough. I think this is what I was doing. Is this what I was doing? Uh-oh. Yeah, I think so. Because then I can cut this side, make it rounder. Yeah, and this I cut again, which means that if I did it correctly, the ear would be here. A weirdly shaped ear, but it's an ear. I mean, it did end up being very cylindrical up here. It's better than the previous one, at least. Oh, this one's really good, this song. It's a very long eyebrow, but I'll leave it as is. So it's a bit funny. Oh, his nose needs to be like this. You can barely see this eye actually. Yeah, I once again did not hide it enough. Let me actually try to separate the hair in a way that makes sense. Where you draw in the hairline and you separate it into front hair, middle hair, and back hair. The front hair is just going to the sides actually. So and there's not much of it actually. Yeah. Well, now that I've drawn these in, it's starting to look very off. Hold on, I'm analyzing it. I'm not going to spend time fixing it, just trying to understand. Okay, so the reference eyes are like this. Eyes are looking that way. I'm just struggling to make the chin actually look 3D. It's always looking 2D. The hair separation thing never clicked with me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know of any other way of doing it, so I'm just going to start trying it out to see if it clicks for me. But if I understand it correctly, the way it goes is this is the top of the head. And like your hair is coming from here and it's going to the front here. And then you have the hair that goes around where the ears are and the back as one whole thing. Like if this is the front. Because it's all flowing. Like maybe it's not exactly in the middle, right? People have hair in different ways. That's how I'm imagining it, at least. I also need to figure out how to get the mouth in, because I always try to start with one side of the mouth, and that makes it hard. Doesn't really help. I've seen a lot of people start with like the curve of the upper lip. I guess it also depends on what style of mouth you want to make. No, that looks very off. And since I don't know what style of mouth I want to make, I'm going to keep it simple. I call this face, but I guess it's more about the head than the face. Anyway, the back hair. It looks like it's... Oh, she's holding it with her hands. And if I got this correct, shoulders should be here. No, more to the left actually. This is where the shoulders start. Because this way they look really small. And these hands just cover the... This elbow should be coming way farther up. Bends here. This is obviously incorrect as well. Very broken. Very broken. But I can hide it a bit with clothes. Did you see my model sniffing? Hope you did. Yeah, that's enough. But you sniffing? Uh, I'm sniffing things out of me, not in me. Or you can actually select the inside of the clothes. Whatever. Keeping it fast. Not overthinking, not overworking. Joan and Joan's sisters thing. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. Did I forget how to draw a circle? I think I did. This is a bit of a simpler one, at least. It's going to be really funny when I fuck it up majorly after saying that. So, it's a bit to the left. No. Yeah, this should be here. Something like this. I do know what a rectangle is. Doesn't mean I know how to draw one. But I know of its existence. The eyebrow is definitely not that deep. And the nostril should be a bit lower. Oh, I used to kind of vaguely know how to sing this one. Not like actually sing, but I made sounds that were enough to trick you. Start with these. I'm sure I could make this more accurate if I was taking my time with it. But that kind of defeats the purpose, I think. I should definitely make an attempt like this one day, but drawing faces really up close once I get more comfortable with it. Something about this looks off. Oh, yeah, because it's meant to be like this actually. Yeah, it's much bigger than the other one. Did they just undershoot the nose? Oh, no. They're way too far. And that's what happens when you get the proportions incorrect to begin with. No matter how much you try to fix it, it's not going to be fixed because the issue is much more foundational than that. Doesn't mean I'm going to be able to fix it now. Why did the song stop? It just paused itself. Big fan of this one. His arrange. It's one of the good ones. It's a bit better. The hair is surprisingly easy to break apart in this one. Not saying I'm necessarily doing a great job at replicating, but it looks much clearer than the previous ones. No, like you can tell it joins up here even though that's not in the image, because the image is like flatter, you don't get this part of the perspective. Oh, this head shape is incorrect, right? It's way too round. Should actually be doing something like this. I just noticed that looking at the preview on the monitor on my left actually makes it much easier to notice some things. Because I'm not like looking down at it again. Because this looked fine to me until I looked at the monitor and saw that it was way too round. And it should be more... not that rectangular, of course, but just like closer to this. Interesting. Forgot some in the back. This song's gay, but in a way that I like. Big fan of Zombie Girl. Jian Shi. It's a bit of sharpening. That's a better circle. And it's not very circle. Almost look circle. Yep. Correct. For once. Why do I start with the chin? If I start with the chin and I make it messier, it does help, but also just look in the camera in a much straighter, like front view angle than in the previous one. So that also helps. Then I should have made this first when the circle was. Actually, I really like the shape of these. If I had to... If I had to build it from this... The circle needs to be kind of like this. Maybe I'm just making the circles a little too big to begin with. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about how much space I'm going to carve from the sides. And I think I'm like subconsciously trying to make up for it. This one's also pretty good. Very gay. This one's very gay. Yes. Sweet magic. Not sweet magic. Sweet magic. Sounds so good. This was one of the first ones I heard in my life. She has a very long, pointy ear, doesn't she? Was the working name for Emma's shop Sweet Magic? Because of this or coincidentally? Because if it's because of this, that's cool. If it's coincidentally, it's a bit less cool. Because of the song, yes. Very cool. Trying to understand the shape of this eye. It's actually very curved. I think that's mostly right. Oh, mine is a bit rounder. And I made the eyebrows a little too curved as well. Which one is this one? Oh, I remember. I think this is a Suwako one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a Suwako one. One thing that I've been wondering, Ellen, like, how long does it take for you to like arrive at the style that you wanted? Not Harpy story to look at, but like the art from your VN is already like at a very similar style to the one that you are using in Harpy story. Like, have you gone through different styles? Did you always jump to that sort of half chibi faces. Like the faces are almost chibi shaped, where they're like a bit squished. Because I've never seen any of your art that does not look like that, except for you did a more recent piece of Sue, the naked Sue, where it's a bit longer, but everything else that I've seen from him has always looked like that. Just curious. You should try to copy Deep Sea Prisoner style, circle head, tiny bodies of time comics, but it is today. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of see the resemblance now that you mention it. Deep Sea Prisoners is more cartoony, I would say. They look more like characters out of a cartoon. And also they have much bigger eyes, I think, from what I remember. Oh, it's really hard to understand this hair because of how dark the two sides of her neck are here. Like, I can tell that something's falling here, but I don't understand where from. This, yeah, this is too much. It kind of does this. That's probably a good thing because let me find my own style. Oh, I skipped the message. Yeah, it's a style that's very much about the big shapes. I found it kind of hard to pull off well, but that's probably a good thing because let me find my own style. Yeah, yeah, they do have like not only those deep sea prisoners characters that have very big heads. There's generally like a very distinct shape of the hair coming out like from the sides, from what I remember. Or in Mogeko's case, I think it was top of the head. That's one thing that I struggle to visualize sometimes, where I think to myself, well, if I don't want things to look very, but one thing is to look a bit more realistic. How do I make characters look distinctive just from their hair? I know it will come naturally with like studying. stuff. Oh, yeah. The head is much lower in the upper body here. Yeah, her neck is actually her shoulders are actually way in the back here. So that the knees can be here. How is yeah? Damn, this fabric is really throwing me off. It's good enough. Oh, it was a bit out of frame for you. Sorry. This is the one that I like the most so far. It would be good to study some characters slash art styles that you think you what you want to go for. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what that is as well. Let me work a little bit more on this one and then I'll talk about it actually. Because it could be helpful. This is the best face so far, even though the eye is a little bit like offset. This one's a bit higher than it should be, but I still like it. Actually, there's a lot of lines in this clothes. This is kind of similar to Lumiere now that I think about it. Lumiere. I just realized I forgot to send my stream link on in one of the many groups. Just define the hair a bit more because I actually like how it's turned out. Give you a bit of a closer look. Yeah, I really like the face actually. It's a shape that I really like. The pose is almost convincing to my eyes. Like I don't think you can really tell that these are her knees. But when you think that they are the knees, I do like. It's mostly the face. Really like the shape. Hold on. Hydration. I only sent it on Freaks of Narrative Discord on Blue Sky. Yeah, I sent out the Freaks of Narrative Discord. I sent it on Blue Sky. I sent it on a Telegram group and I sent it to like 2 or 3 friends. And I also posted on Kara. And once or twice I sent it on VS as well. Twice, I think. It looks like an invisible bottle. Let me see. Oh. Oh, and you can definitely tell that I'm drinking water. Like, even if you didn't know, you could tell. That's funny. Yeah, that's really funny. Look at it. It was this long. When I get good enough at art, I do want to make like I'm not sure if I can call them like art style studies because I don't want to do like a lot of them. I just want to do like a couple just to see like, oh, if I were to draw these a lot, like I have done, like I did this right where I copied it. It's a Tomonihei. Yeah, it's like a complicated scene with lots of characters around, lots of absolute blacks. It doesn't look great, but I could only do it because I was copying it. I did another one way earlier here as well, where this was just for fun, and like it looks very good, but I could not make it myself, right? And I did say that I want to keep this on frame because I really like it. I did say a couple times that, oh, I just need to copy Tsutomu Nihei, and I am exaggerating, but I do really like the art style of Tower Dungeon, but the art style of Tower Dungeon does not work for my stories. Like for the ideas that I have, it would not work. And I appreciate how clean it is. On the other side, I appreciate how dirty something like Chainsaw Man is. But those are two very extremes, and I don't think I would be good at either of them. I don't think I would be good at doing something that looks very manga. And by that I mean like shovel face characters with really pointy chins and very big eyes. I want to do something where the proportions of the face are a little bit realistic, like verging on semi-realistic, but obviously still like cartoon. And some ideas that I have are like instead of trying to develop a style, just use what I'm doing now to practice a little bit. But one thing that I'm noticing, like even though there has not been a drawing so far where I think that I nailed the face, but I am noticing that I like small eyes more than big anime eyes. What I'm missing is I'm not really understanding how to make the cartoon style look well with the small eyes. because here like the nose is too far apart from the eyes. Or here, in this one I think it works better, but I think it's because the glasses really help. But like, oh, I do like the big mouth with the small eyes, but that's kind of going to depend on the character. Here, as I said, I like the eyes for this character in particular, but I really don't like the face. Here, I don't think it fits the character, but I don't think the face is bad. I think that's because now I'm going over things in my head. I definitely don't want something that looks closer to the realistic size, closer to the realistic side, in the way that like Monster does, where you can tell that Monster is manga, but you can tell that it's has obvious influences from like movies and Western cartoons. I also don't want something like Western cartoons where it's too realistic. I think it lacks too much stylization a lot of the times. One idea that I have, and I would maybe be able to figure out an art style that works with that, is I'm thinking about ways in which I can make things easier for me. Let me pause the music for a while, actually. Because my entire renewed interest in drawing is to draw liminality. That's the one story that I think has to be a comic. Because it would just be better as a comic. I can do others as well, but that's the one that has to be a comic. So all of this is with one single project in mind. That's the goal. And I used to think that, oh, I want to make something that looks obviously manga. But now that I'm practicing a little bit, I'm not sure if I want that, because I am going to publish it as like a webcomic, as a webtoon. Probably read from left to right, just for the sake of convenience. And if I make something that doesn't look like a manga or a webtoon, I think it's going to help it stand out. And one way that it could help stand out is to first, obviously, make it look amateurish in a way. I don't want to become really good at art before I start drawing. I want to just be intermediary, and then I can do it. Like, if I could draw this quality of face in every angle with every character, I would already start drawing liminality. I just want to be able to do this without a reference from any angle while also making the characters interact with one another. Because this is like obviously like by itself, so it's easier to make it look better. But if I could do this quality for everything, I would already be drawing this story. It would already be in chapter 1. I'm going to need that scanner. I'm going to buy a scanner to start digitalizing things so I can try a couple things out. One thing that I want to try is to do most of the shading with a pen. No, with a pencil. Graphite. And digitalize that and see how it looks. I want to see how it looks if it has like the very defined outline that you would kind of get on manga, but with all of the shading done with graphite and just the really dark areas in ink. Because if that looks interesting, everyone's going to recognize it. It's going to look like that one webcomic you keep seeing. And it makes it much easier for me because I don't have to learn the digital part then, and I also don't need to learn how to like do the absolute blacks with nankin ink and actually go through a lot of that. That would make things easier for me. Also because like obviously I'm going to have to draw Lumiere hundreds of thousands of times, and Lumiere as a character design is very bright. She's always in whites and beiges and light browns. So I want something where she can look good with very minimal shading. And if everything else is shaded with like very light graphite, I think that could work. Because think of if in like a manga where you have like buildings and shit, and you have a small character standing here and you'll have all of this shit going on, and all of this will be gray, which will be like a screen tone, and just the character will be outlined in white and then with their own colors, right? I think that instead of learning to do halftones, I could just use graphite and do everything that would be in halftones in graphite. And if that looks good, like if I try it out and I think it looks good, sorry, that's going to be great because it will be easier for me to do. I can do it faster and I don't have to learn anything digitally. If I can make everything traditionally, I'm going to do everything traditionally. I would rather not have to learn new steps to just be able to produce it. So let's say I'm an intermediary artist now. I don't think I am. I'm definitely a beginner. But if I was an intermediary artist now, I would try to do something like this: small eyes, uh, semi-realistic, like facial features, but everything else portraying itself as an action manga using graphite and these fucking things, and see if that looks good. Because if that looks good, then I'm. It's not that I don't have to learn anymore, but I do want to be able to draw these earlier than later. To do everything traditionally, can I have your tablet? I mean, if I know for a fact I'm not going to use it, why not? But I don't know that for a fact. So it's possible. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I think you meant that as a joke, but I don't think it's impossible. I'm being honest. Like I've had two drawing tablets in my life, and I realized I just couldn't fucking work with them. So I just sold both of them for very cheap, like to people that needed it. So yeah, don't expect it. But I mean, if I know for a fact I'm already publishing the fucking comic, and I know I'm not, and I don't need the drawing tablet, then sure you can have it. But that's probably going to take a couple years, and by that point you will probably already have a better one. Also, this camera is from the tablet, so you can have it now. I think it was it Prison School? Is it the Prison School manga that has like very realistically shaped eyes sometimes? No, not a very realistically, but I think you'll see what I mean. Where it's obviously a manga, but characters have like small eyes. Let's make this bigger actually for you. Like these are small eyes for manga. It is like the eyes are very far apart and very small. I think this is the first manga, and I didn't even read it. I just like saw some pictures. Just like, oh yeah, there is manga with like more realistic looking facial features. It's again, I think it's verging on semi-realistic. I don't think it's quite there, but it's a bit more of that. And in when it's like a really up close view of the character, like he really makes the eyes small. And that's why when I started thinking that, oh yeah, I think it can look good actually with small eyes. Then obviously, like the Hunter x Hunter manga is a big inspiration, but I don't think visually. Like I don't like this kind of face with very pointy nose, very pointy cheeks, very pointy chins. Not that I don't like in the sense that I think it looks bad, but I don't like in the sense that I don't want to draw it. Like Pito, look at Pito's face here. Was this going to just open up the whole fucking thing? Like Pito's face here is like not that different in shape from the faces of your characters. Like the chin is pointier, but they are like kind of a smushed down face. I don't want to draw that. I want to draw longer faces. Yeah, longer faces. I think it's a good way to put it. I haven't read the new chapter. I don't even remember if I read it. So let me make this a bit smaller. Like I like when female characters have jawline, and I like when they have this shape of chin, where it's not really realistic, but it's also not like my model, where it's really pointy. Like my model has very pointy chin, and it immediately goes to the sides. I want it to have more of an oval shape. So this is the kind of face that I want to be able to draw like consistently from every angle, like just or head, I guess. Not the face feature. The facial features could change, but the shape of the head is what I really like. So I guess something that exists between Tower Dungeon, Hunter x Hunter, and Chainsaw Man, whatever the fuck that is what I want to draw. Maybe there at some point I will find one artist where it's like, oh, I want to draw exactly like this person. But I haven't found that. I did really like what I saw of Rusui recently. Like I did quite like this style. And is there no more? Is this all there is? Well, you can't really see it here. Well, and obviously, Usazaki Shiro as well. You can't really see shit here, can you? Like, obviously, this is a kind of character that I would draw, right? And Usazaki Shiro, but not really the design sensibility. Because I do have fantasy stories, but the fantasy stories that I have look nothing like Ichi the Witch. And she did have a bit more of a semi-realistic style in Act Age that I was more into. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to design a character that look like the Skaras. But when I see the Skaras in action, like something about the energy is really fascinating to me. Like this kind of shape I really like. Let me see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, Sasaki Shiro senpai. I didn't know I wasn't familiar with your game. I didn't know you did this. Remember when Sasaki Shiro responded my comment on Blue Sky? I remember that. Like this kind of face I really like. Like if it's pointier than this, I don't want to draw it. I want to draw things from that to this. Chainsaw Hunter Dungeon, Fit o Sasaki Shiro. Who else? I don't know actually. Who else? I don't think I want to draw anything like Yukimura. I don't want to draw anything that looks like a Vinland Saga. Even though Vinland Saga looks more realistic. Yeah, like Vinland Saga is a bit too realistic to me. Like if I'm drawing these kinds of faces, it's a bit too much for me. Now that I say that, it is interesting that in Hunter x Hunter, like there are a lot of characters in Hunter x Hunter that are like soldier man, and they all have much bulkier faces than all of the pretty anime boys. I could do that, but I don't want all of my characters to look like this. So yeah, something that exists between all of that is probably what I'll end up doing. In some sense, it's going to look like Chainsaw Man because characters in suits and neckties all the time. But I don't think I have. I don't think I have it in me to do like the grittiness that Chainsaw Man has. I think I need to be a bit cleaner than that. I'm never going to be clean like fuck. What's her name? Uh Haruko Ichikawa. Yeah. I'm never going to be clean like Hoseki no Kuni. Like that's way too clean for me. There are so many and all of them have a complex ability that you must remember, yeah. Maybe that's why they have such absurd faces. So it's easier to remember, oh, that I don't remember what this guy does, but I remember the face. I remember the shape of those chins and those cheeks. Like, yeah, this is too clean, too elegant for me. If dirtiness, if sketchiness is like on a scale from 1 to 10, I think I want something that is like a 6 out of 10 in the sketchiness. Like a 1 is something that is super clean, like early Dragon Ball art, and a Chainsaw Man is like a 7. I think I want a 6 in the dirtiness. I don't want to be sketchier than Chainsaw Man, but I do want to be sketchier than Hunter x Hunter at least. I know it sounds as if I'm saying that I'm going to be in the middle of everything. I'm not going to be super realistic nor super stylized. I'm not going to be super sketchy nor super clean. But I think that with the specific mentions that I gave you, you can vaguely have some idea of what I mean, hopefully. Like, there's one thing that Tsutomu Nihei does. Right? There is a lot of focus in the silhouette created by the character's clothes. Right? And it's like all of the characters, half of the characters are in absolute black. So you really need the shape of the clothes to be distinct. There is something about that I want to replicate. With all of the characters dressed in suits that I'm going to have, I want a lot of them to just be in pure black suits and coats. Like that is an element that I want. Like foregoing the shading, but figuring out a way that all of them look different. Because when you are reading the manga, you can tell them apart from just the silhouette, even though they're like always in like similarly dark corridors. So I don't read that much manga. Yeah, yeah. I'm yet to see one where it's like, oh fuck, yeah, no, this one, yeah. I want to draw exactly like this person. Like, no, I haven't seen that. Also, do you see the rat people? Do you see the rat people? And he does something really interesting well, because like the the few characters, the first few characters that you meet, they're all humans that fit like traditional fantasy like RPG roles, and you can tell them apart by their roles and the very clear cutout that they have for their clothes. And because that's who you get used to it, it makes it much easier for him to introduce like a rat girl, a rat guy, but that looks very different from the rat girl because he's like very bulky armor. There's another guy that is just really tall. Like I think he's very clever with the way that he makes the character designs stand out in comparison to one another. I think Tower Dungeon is something to be studied in that regard. And then when you have like someone like this girl who is like more traditionally in like armor, it's a very simple design, but it stands out among the rest of the crew. And it does feel intentional because they are introduced in like groups of like three, basically. You get them like as a build up to one another. I know I opened the guy, but I don't think I want to draw the guy anymore. Should I draw the guy just for the sake of it? I will. I will. Yeah. I'm going to draw the guy. Drawing put a limo instead of a cigarette. I don't think I can do that. I think it's beyond my skill level. Let me put the music on once again. No, I'm going to skip to the next song instead of finishing that one. We should start on this side actually. That head I think is too small now. The other ones where the circle is too big, now it's too small. Those have a very squarish jawline though. When this angle should be more like this. Oh, since I'm doing his head so small, let's brush a bit more of the pose. I'm doing this fast as well. Let me see if I got it correct. No, there's a lot more. Yeah. The more you know. The other hand. I want to draw the other hand here. Oh yeah, the hand is hiding. I'm going to suggest that there is a hand here. And not actually draw it. I almost did something really funny. I was going to scroll up and I almost did it here on the paper. I really don't know how to like sculpt his face when there isn't like hair to cover half of it. And I will need to learn to draw guys as well, so this is only the start. Oh, that's a very weird mouth. What the fuck? Yeah, I make the head a bit too round actually. Now that I'm drawing a bald guy, I can see that. Like the hair has a not as squarish as these, of course, but I do it. I'm restricting myself to the circle too much because when I cut the sides, I should also like work it a bit. Like this. I'm gonna have to draw a guy, some kind of. How many guys have been drawn so far in Harpy's story? There's the king, but I can only think of the king. King, what's it again? Martello, Hammer. Do the most count. I no, those are funny little guys. There's a difference between guy and funny little guy. It's a really small face, AmyWarrel. That's a really small face. I'm going to move on with this one. Don't like what I'm doing here. It's not fun. I swear it's not because it's a guy. I don't like drawing by who, and that's a guy. Also, this has nothing to do with what. What was the intent? Is to draw fucking faces. What the hell am I doing? It's not a face. It's half of a guy. Question mark? Question mark. We'll enlarge the chin to get rid of the face. Yeah. The chin does this. There is a universe where what I need to do is find a ton of references like this one. Character looking straight at you. And just do this for a couple days. Until I figure out the structure of this like fine. Because even though I was not happy with these faces, you can tell I have something of a grasp of how to draw the character in such a non-dynamic way. So if I get really good at drawing the face looking at you, I can at least make like interesting presentations of the design. It's like this, where like here I the more I look at this, the more I like the face actually. But you can tell there is no sense of style, where I was doing something a bit different just based on how it turned out for each one. I'm going to... I think I want to draw this girl again, like bigger. Just to try and understand what about this shape of the head tickles my brain so much. What if I do this one bigger? Bigger here or... Oh, bigger here, I think. That's... I mean, it's not really circular, it's a bit oval, but I did connect that very well, didn't I? Like, you can't even see where I started, can you? Oh, you can hear, right? Yeah. Maybe I should just, like, actually use, like, a circle, like a bottle or something. Do I have anything like that here? I think I have it, like, on hand, but I should have something that is circular. But I do have these. Oh, the camera is shaking. I do have these, but it's like too big, right? I mean, it would work for like an A4 paper, I guess. Okay, so this. This is wrong, because if the ear is here, I'm not doing this cutout. Like, again, same mistake. It needs to be here. No, no, this does not help. This makes it harder, actually. Well, that's also. I think Chroma gave me a really good idea today. With the kaleidoscope is a weird name for an eugenist thing. I can actually use that without having to change it. I might change the character name, but I will keep the kaleidoscope. Either way. Funny thing about me, no idea how to draw boobs. Not really interested in drawing boobs. Or maybe that's expected actually. The kaleidoscope thing, you mean? Hold on, let me try to get this in correctly. Oh, correctly is a bit much, but it's not bad. Yeah, and I undershot this part of the flows. Yeah. The thing about kaleidoscope is that, like, I'm going to make a point later in this story about how Lumiere's ability as someone that creates strings, it's going to be extrapolated to be about binding things and boundaries and pathways and the space between things and the capacity to go from like one side to the other. Like strings can be these things that tie 2 points together, right? So this space here is liminality. That's why this story has that title. But what strings actually do is they bind things. And Lumiere's ability is going to have, at one point, a metaphor with setting boundaries. Saying that things only go as far as this with her strings. So if you have a character whose ability means boundaries, and you have another character whose ability means infinite possibilities of a kaleidoscope, of going through infinite reflections, it's almost as if the protagonist and the antagonist have reversed powers, right? The infinite colorful possibilities of everything that can be is the antagonist, and the character that sets boundaries is the protagonist. And although I had that metaphor for, and I have no idea why I did that. Yeah, what the fuck did I mean by that? So I knew I was going to have this metaphor with Lumiere's ability at one point. That's why the story is called Liminality again. But I hadn't thought about how Kaleidoscope connects to that, even though... Oh, I hit the tablet. Even though Kaleidoscope and Lumiere are going to be in opposition to one another. Now that I'm thinking about Kaleidoscope's ability like that, as something that does not fit a granular worldview that she has, of thinking that some people are better than the others, and that we should make the flourished are superior, and therefore we should take things over when we can. That's like kind of what she stands for. The rise of Christofascism, because some people are better than others. That's what she believes in. Kind of, not exactly, but that's where it comes from. So the point that I can then make is that I should keep it that way. The antagonist should have an ability that does not fit her position as an antagonist. Because what can I say through that is that the circumstances of your birth do not determine who you are. Because she has an ability of infinite possibilities, and yet she ended up on the other side. And Lumiere has an ability of setting boundaries and keep things tight to herself, and yet she ended up on this side. So, if I make Kaleidoscope have an ability that makes her a villain, it's going to be deterministic. It's going to sound as if I'm saying that that is the hand that she was dealt, and because she was dealt that hand, she has to play the part. So by having her have an ability that doesn't actually fit who she ends up being, then I'll be able to say that, yeah, you are not... She wasn't born a bad person, nor was she fated to be a bad person because she got that ability. She ended up being that in spite of her circumstances. And Lumiere, despite having that kind of ability, still found it within herself to be empathetic and to choose the good side on the war that is going to happen in the story. So that actually makes it more interesting, and I can use that and really heighten why these two characters are fighting one another. And that is not something I had thought about. Like, I knew what Lumiere's ability was going to mean, but I hadn't thought about Kaleidoscope abilities beyond I just think it's cool. But now it fits. And I can make her... I can either make Kaleidoscope be younger, so she's from the same generation, and talk about how they can be raised in different ways, or I can make Kaleidoscope be from the previous generation, and it's a conflict between the desire to see the world as a freer place and the desire to have things continue to be granular, which is why she's like reactionary conservative. That was actually a very interesting thing that Chroma gave me, and I think I can make it very central to their conflict while keeping the name and keeping the ability. Yeah. Also, like it's when sometimes you have an idea for like a name, and then you find out that the name means something that actually matches the character, and you go, oh yeah, that was not intention. Oh, as I'm doing this, I have the desire to like make it look flat, correct the perspective so I can draw the eyes. Like I can't do it here, but I'm going to force myself to. Where's my really tiny eraser? Where the fuck is it? Oh. Am I hearing something? Am I hearing something around me? Or am I going insane? No, I can't hear it. I'm probably going insane. Yeah, something else that I've already noticed that I like. Let's say that this is an eye, right? This is an eye. I like to have the iris be like this, where you only get like a bit more than half of the circle. I like these, of course. Let me make it a bit more of an eye shape. I don't like when you get the full iris, like in a real human eye. I don't like when you have like there are anime eyes where it will be like this, right? Very oval. I don't like that either. I already know that what I like is to have this. This is how I want my eyes to look, or something similar to it at least. Obviously ugly because I'm doing it really fucking fast. I just want you to understand the ratio thing to other things that I'm talking about. Let me sharpen it a bit. Oh, I can't reach it. It's my trash bag in the corner of my room. Oh, this is one of those edgy Toho songs that I liked. Trash bag of trash dates. Yeah, it's very empty. It's see-through. It's transparent. It's transparent. There's nothing there. There's only a couple shavings. So-called face drawing. Fucking hell. I think I also need to make the upper eyelids. Hold on. Camera is all the way there. I need to make the upper eyelids a little thicker. Like in general, not just in this drawing. Because you can see that I want to show the eyelids and the eyelashes, but I don't know how to at this distance. Is the focus kind of weird? Am I going insane? Maybe I am going insane. Huh. Does it suddenly look lower quality to you, or am I just going crazy? No, I think I'm going crazy. Because when I put my hand here, it does. Huh. Hold on. Let me read that. The void! Oh yeah, let me fucking watch. I'm going to watch an ad. Yeah, now it looks better. Anyway, I'm going to watch an ad to get rid of the thing up here, the waterline. I hope you can't hear the ad. I don't think you. Yeah, no, you can. Is this fucking app really asking for a 90-second ad just to get rid of the fucking thing? Well, let me take a closer. Oh yeah, it's too low compared to the other one. Yeah, here I think I'll actually need to shift it so I know how to. how to position it. No, it's too far apart. Yep. I think that on some subconscious level, I'm trying to position the eyes where they would be in a manga, but because I'm drawing smaller eyes, it's not working. Right? Yeah, so let me just bring the eye way the fuck here. I mean, it's still not correct, but it's better? I'm not going to, again, not going to try to fix it anymore. The fucking ad is over. No, fuck off. I don't want to install anything. Fuck off. No, no, stop opening shit. I'm not telling you to open shit. And it's gone. Like magic. There's no floating words anymore. I think it also helps if I make the nostril much smaller. Yeah, it looks much better already. Oh, that's a broken ass wrist. Sorry, I broke her wrist. No. Oh, her mouth has a very obvious, very accentuated curve here. I mean, not that much, but yeah, I should definitely keep the mouths to simple lines. I mean, mine doesn't look like she's smiling. Oh, I understand why. Okay, because the curve in her mouth is going like this, and I did it like this, like going down. It's not going down. It's curving to the side. A bit better, sure, why not? Let me do the hair thing. Oh no, it's curves here. I think this is a song about Rumia eating someone. Is it Rumia who eats people? I know there are a couple of characters that eat people, but I think Rumia eats people, right? What is wrong? Oh, yeah, because it goes like here, and then from here it starts flowing that way. Yeah, to the back. She doesn't do much more than that. It's people when it's done, but love her for it. Yeah, easy to like. You can get prion disease even if you don't eat people, so might as well eat people, right? Since it can still happen either way. Yes, this is me being too lazy to draw in a zipper. Yep, she's definitely eating someone. What shapes are these glasses? They're like putting the front, they kind of do this. So it seems. That's how it looks to me. Like if it was from the front. I think this might be a Misty range actually. A little hard to identify. Yeah. I'm sure I can look at the thumbnail, but I'm not going to. It looks worse now that I made the cheeks more defined. Yeah, because the mouth is like here and the cheeks like on I mean the chin is on a different plane. If I do this, does that help? No? I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying multiple times. Not going to try to fix it too much. I think it's unhelpful to try to fix things too much because I need to be able to judge like my actual where I can actually get with fast drawings. And it's very obvious that as soon as you make it a 3/4 perspective, I I really fuck up. It's pretty obvious. Oh, she does have a necklace, doesn't she? Yeah, let's make these hair darker than all the previous ones. Why not? Not much though. Oh, when I do it like this, the individual strands of the hair kind of disappear, so it really helps to have like the actual ink from the pens. There isn't much shade here. It's a very bright image. I did forget the whole shape of this thing. What kind of goes like this? Hold on, I'm speed running. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Looks better at a distance, I would say. The song stopped again. Did I somehow press something to make it stop? What made it pause? Because I touched my keyboard, but it was very lightly. Want another face. Give me another face! Oh, didn't mean to click that. What about you, Ellen Holroyd? What kind of practice do you do? When you're trying to draw a pumpkin and it's not working, do you just keep fixing the pumpkin until it works? Or do you practice the pumpkin? Like different pumpkins. I also really like the idea of drawing characters eating. I think it's like something about it is challenging in a very different way than most. It's challenging in a way that is different from like hard perspective. Actually, if I go back to that one image, it would give me similar ones. I pretty much fix the pumpkin until it works. Don't do nearly as much practice as I probably should. Yeah, practice in art is definitely something that Like, if you do too much of it, you're going to get burned out. I think for a lot of people, it's hard to fall into a rhythm of practice for a while, then draw something, then practice for a while, then draw something. That's why I'm going to try 3 days. But I think 3 days, and then in the 4th day, I just draw something that I want. That sounds reasonable. Back. Go back, fucking Pinterest. Chinese fashion pose. Yes. Yeah, what was the reference again? I'll recognize it if I see it. Actually, let me open up this one just to see what comes up as well. I said I would recognize it. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, that's Pitaya Q. That's a Brazilian model. AI viewers, twitchmax.com. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, I just deleted the message instead of banning them. Oh, no, I don't. Fuck. I didn't mean to close my chat doc. Oh, whatever. Whatever. I have seen some references in Pinterest from, like, I have seen art in the past that I thought was really good, and I have found the exact reference that that person used. And sometimes it's not just the pose, it's like most of the person as well. And I go, oh yeah, everyone does this, of course. This looks like a good one to practice to figure out like a different mouth shape. I know you can see the one no, you can see the one I'm hovering, but it's too small. Haha. Oh, Sukeba. No, I need the one that really tickles the brain. It really makes me go that one. Why is this giving me so much poses? I want faces. So that's pretty cool. That one too. And there's also that I'm trying, like I'm copying real people faces. Maybe I should copy some manga faces as well for a change. Shit. Like this kind of feels closer to what I imagine I would like drawing. Just make the eye, like the left eye is like a little too thin, the right eye is a little too big. Let's make it bigger for you. Like, just give her a bit more of a squarish chin. And make the right eye, well, her left eye, the one that is on the right, a bit more realistically shaped. And it kinda looks like something I would like to draw. Yeah, these... Kinda like this. Kinda like this. Where is this from? I'm going to look up where this is from as well. Yeah, these faces are looking, like, in general, more like my style. Like this kind of shape of the chin. Okay, there's some interesting stuff here. But let me go back. There's also the possibility that I realize I want it to look less like a manga and more of a webtoon. That's also a possibility. Where the fuck is this one from? Hold on, hold on. Let's detour a bit. Let's detour. That's Subil? I don't think that is Subil. Oh, and Driver Fire started playing. No, I don't think this is Subil. A fan art sketch created by the popular illustrator Inoito. No, that's literally not it, Google. What the fuck? That's a different image that is also not Ubil. You fire, Akira Meta, yeah. Kibo no hoto moto misisete. Oh fuck, I got it wrong. Fuck. Aya, Karami Dake. Yeah, it's not any of these. Yeah, I'll have to find out this one. No, it's definitely not Ubil. What? No, it's not. Oh, now it's... The character is Kumiru Shikimi. Now it gave me a different thing. That's also not no. What? Hold on, I'm invested now. I'm invested. Here it says manhwa. This pin says manhwa, but not manga. But where is it here? Lost media Reddit. Yeah. Kibo no hoto motomi nesete live you fire akiramete. No, I always get it wrong. I know it in my mind. Okay, no, let me go back. Manga eye closer. This is closer. This is like more zoomed in. No, this is the exact one I had. Is there a bigger image? There is a bigger image. Well, there's the... I think Pinterest is... Oh no, it's here. Oh, it's the same pin. Huh. What if I look it up within Pinterest? Maybe it is drawn by that Ito person. But it's another drawing. Oh, I have seen this race yard. Should I open their Dumboro right now and see some porn live? Oh, that's fucking AI. If I look up Ito, Ubel, does he show up? Yeah, no, that drawing does not show up. Ubel Blatt shows up. Copy image, Tinai. Yes, I know this has nothing to do with with the stream, but it's important. What do you mean 0 matches? I found it seconds ago. Where the fuck is this from? I need to know. Oh, this is another website. Is this the same image, just someone else pinned it? Yes, it is. Oh, this is their profile picture. Okay. And they're talking about... I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, even Actage shows up in this search. Shikimi has the best faces. None of these are the image I'm looking for. I think I skipped one. It would be really funny if it's the one I skipped. Oh. It's probably just on the side and it's identifying that it's Shikimi. Because this person is talking about this Shikimi character. I'm going to find it. This Shikimi character, I feel nothing for her, I'm sorry. Okay. It is not. Look better. Looking. Okay, it's obeying me. The image is actually an illustration by the artist Inoito. So, this particular drawing is an original sketch shared directly on the artist's X profile. You know what? Let me throw these on a different tab in case some porn shows up. No, this is not what I want. Yeah. Noito Danboro. I'm looking. I'm looking. There is an interesting one here. Huh. Let me open that one. It's not the one I'm looking for. Is this Love East? I think it's Love East, right? Yes, it is Love East. I don't think it is in this Danboro. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this Ryugo Rena artwork. Let me save this one, actually. It does look interesting. Where the fuck are you, Google? Can just give me the link to it. It's the... Oh, hold on, it disappeared. It disappeared. Hold on. I've been disappeared since I made it. You can support the artwork directly in the official or I'm sure there's going to be some porn on Pixel. Especially considering I see so much porn on Pixel. There's nothing here. What the fuck are you talking about, Google? No, motherfucker. I want the link to the image I asked you to find. How is this so hard? It's not the one I'm... What? How is it this bad? How can you tell me he posted it and you know his description, but you can't link the fucking piece? Give me the link to this image right here on their Twitter. To that exact illustration. Okay. It's not. It's literally fucking not. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I can't get Google to link me this one very recognizable image. Even though it has stolen everyone's artwork specifically to produce shittier art. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to ask. It could just be a doodle, but it's funny that I can't find it. What if I mean, I can specify the website. Oh, their Instagram. Okay. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, I'm not logged in on Instagram, but this first one is really cool. Damn. Do I remember my fucking Instagram account? Guess I do. not a robot. Buses. What a funny artist string this is. Oh, it's incorrect. But it lets me do the fucking captcha either way. Hold on, this is the hacking my own Instagram string. Is Instagram supposed to be this laggy? Check your email? Fuck. Oh, what a scuffed little adventure we have going on. Yes, let's everyone see your email on stream. That's definitely a good idea. I don't think I'm going to show it. I'm not trying to show it, I promise. Did it show? Really? Well, my bad. The address. Ah, you can find the address pretty easily. Okay, now let's go back to Inoito. Yeah, this one's so interesting. Yeah, this one fucks. There's the Ryugurena. Yeah, this person clearly has a type. They really like Chainsaw Man. And it's not here. Oh, fucking hell. What else? What else did I open again? I remember opening a new one. I may have closed it accidentally. Yeah, I was going to look at this one. Oh, this one's cool as well. I'll try to find that one and I'll let you know if I come up with anything. Yeah, it does look like their style, but it's funny that I can't find that one in particular. I'm trying to... Trying to just like understand her clothes to see if maybe I recognize the design somehow. But I don't think I do. Yeah, no, it's definitely not Ubil, because Ubil does not have those earrings. Does she not kind of look like the white-haired girl from... Akane Banashi? I don't remember her name. You remember her name? Hikaru. Oh, but she does not have those earrings. Karo Kouragi. What's the name of the artist again? Inoito? Yeah, this character. Karo Kouragi. What the fuck did my model just do? What's my model doing? What am I flying? I mean, a little bit. Where is it again? Fucking lost it. It's so funny to me. No, just give me the image. Maybe. Yeah, no, you can't see the model. It's just fucking going insane. Oh, I actually really fucking like this one. Okay, let's do something else. Let's do something else. Stop. Stop. It has gone on for long enough. And I have nothing to show for it. Oh, that's so funny. Certified moment. I want to do it here. Yeah, let me try to fill up this shit. Oh, hold on. Now we can see again. That's obviously way too long of a face. But... Oh, interesting that she's like distorting her own face a bit by pulling it to the side. Oh, this is going to be very complicated then. That eye is too far to the left of the hand. Actually, the eye is just too big. I'm trying to break it up a bit more. Oh, right here. Oh, now they're not aligned. Yeah, this is what I said again, where if you get the proportions wrong, it's really hard to fix it. That's why you need to learn the proportions, like every good artist out there tells you to. Funny, isn't it? I'm definitely not doing the shape of the eye justice here. Her eye is a lot more like this. The very, it's kind of Hulk-like, right? And her lower eyelids are really like, they really stand out. They're fatty almost. Oh, now they're too far apart again. Huh. Funny how that works. Funny how that works. Yeah, this one's definitely a bit beyond me. You can help it a bit by just making the head slightly smaller. Yeah, that does look a bit better. Oh, that ended up being a bit on the small side for fingers. Yeah, it's more like this. Strangely enough, I think I'm good at shaping the forearm, and I can almost get the hand correct. Did my model just... Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's because when I hide my face, the webcam doesn't know what's behind the hand. So it just jumps. It phases out of existence. I mean, this is too small though. Like, the shape's correct, but it's too small. The forearm, I mean, it was clear. And let me try to do the hair a bit. I need to watch more Chomen. I haven't seen enough Chomen. I should actually practice alongside his videos instead of just watching them and then just doing the practicing. And she has a really small forearm. Yeah, it's quite hard. Yeah, the head's really big for her forearm, but I'm going to leave it as is. She kind of looks like a kid a bit, like a very big face, like in my drawing and not in the original. But I do like doing things that are obviously beyond what I can make. It's it's genuinely fun to fuck up. But I don't think it's fun to fuck up in, like, when I fuck up in my writing, it makes me feel bad. But when I fuck up in the drawing, it doesn't affect me in the same way. I guess because there's less pressure. This one slaps, yeah. It's not like it's not top tier, but it definitely slaps. Yes. At least I don't think it's top tier. I imagine her hand somewhere here. Oh, which means that the shoulder should be closer to here, actually. Yeah, the hand should be farther here, and the forearm longer. But I don't think it looks bad the way I have it. It just doesn't match the reference. And I was trying to match the reference. If I wasn't, that would be fine. But I was. Okay, that's a bit bigger than the other one. Oh, I am liking the face. Like, despite it all, I am liking the face. Like, I need a lot of lines to feel confident with carving out the face. But when I do, I like how it's turning out. I'm just lacking like the vision to understand it earlier. And the way that I did it here, I kind of cheated in a way because I'm hiding the really difficult part, which is doing this, right? And it wasn't intentional. I think there's something wrong with my webcam. Because it wasn't doing this. Yeah, no, there's something wrong. Hold on. Maybe it's a bit dirty. No. Yeah, every time I put my hand up. Oh, now it's not doing it. Is it the right hand? Yeah. When I put the right hand up, it's sending me to oblivion. Yeah, even if I put the right hand up on the left side, that's funny. Yeah, let me try to darken the inside of the mouth. I mean, I can't recreate the effect because so much of the mouth is hidden, which was not intentional. But I do still like it. Yeah, I do like how the hand looks. It's just it doesn't have the correct proportion. But I do like how it turned out, shape-wise. If you just imagine that she's a big-headed kid, I think it looks good enough. I'll pull it up so you can see it better in a second. One thing that I definitely need to learn as well, to like see if the idea of focusing on the graphite works, is to really learn how to render different textures. Because here I'm just like making everything fucking dark, so of course it's like going to be one note. Like, yeah, it does not match the reference, but I don't think it looks bad. It's a big face, that's for sure, but I mean, you could call it style, I guess. What day is it today? Is it the 23rd? It's the 24th. Gay ass number. 24/8. 24/8. Very close to the head. I mean, that's good practice. I'm slow, but I did this faster than I could a week ago. And there's obviously a lot that is wrong with the faces, but I really like one of them. I really like two of them. I'm very glad with how this still turned out. This one in particular because to match the reference more. This one because just like I think I just really like the forearm. I think that's it. The forearm just really pleases me. She does look kind of creepy, which is not intentional. Then this is a fucking man. I don't know what he's doing there. That's why there's a question mark. No one knows. But yeah, this one. Oh yeah, I think this is a good thumbnail. Hold on. Let me go back to that image. Do I have it saved still? Yeah. I think that's a good thumbnail, right? Maybe? Possibly? And then people will be, oh, this person is kind of good, and they'll see that it's by far the best one, and everything else is kind of weird. Can I do something? No, I can't do something with my hand because it doesn't like my hand anymore. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong hand, but there's something happening on screen, I guess. I can just like make the model point the other way, but I'm not going to bother with it. What if I do this? Yeah, that's a good thumbnail. If I remember to fucking screen cap it, of course. Oh, that's it. I'm not going to ink any of this. I want them to look the way they are. I would like to try to transfer this one later, just to really focus on what make it good. I'm going to like put a piece of paper on top and see if I can maybe see enough of it, or maybe just take a picture of it. I don't fucking know. Yeah, but it's playing right now. It's a racing one. Oh, there you go. Yeah, why does it hate my right hand? That's so funny. Let me see. Oh. Yeah. Gotta need to lower my head here. So yeah. That's good practice. I'm going to try to do more faces tomorrow. It ended up not really being faces. I mean, there is a focus on the face, but then here there's a body, here there's some arms, here there's a whole guy, here there's some boobs. Yeah, but it helps. I'm going to try to do more for the next 2 days and then see how things turns out. I'm not sure if I'll stream the 3 days, but I might just take pictures. I might just record. Who knows? So, thanks very much for stopping by. If you end up listening to this and you didn't catch it live, I stream relatively frequently at twitch.tv/AmyWarrel. You can find me at Blue Sky at AmyWarrel. You can find me on Instagram at AmyWarrel, and you can find me on Kara at AmyWarrel. So I hate Instagram, so don't follow me there. Follow me everywhere else. Also, read my book at thedeathless.net and give me money when I make good art that I think deserves it. Goodbye. Bye bye.